Have you ever looked around your own home and realized you had stopped seeing it? Not because anything was wrong, not because of any dramatic reason, just because life had gotten heavy enough that you stopped noticing the small things. The cup on the table, the book out of place, the quiet details of a life being lived. This is Elena's story, an ordinary morning, a few small movements, and a realization that changed nothing about the room, but everything about how she felt inside it. Elena stood in the middle of the room. The music was still playing softly behind her. Morning light moved slowly across the apartment, across the couch, across the walls, across the floor. The way light does when it isn't in any hurry. She looked around without really thinking. Nothing was messy, not dramatically, not in any way that would alarm someone walking in. Just small things. A cup left on the table, a folded blanket draped across the arm of the couch, a book sitting slightly out of place on the shelf, leaning just enough to notice. Tiny things, normal things, the kind of things that accumulate quietly in a life that's been moving too fast to stop and look. For weeks, Elena had stopped seeing them. Not because she didn't care. Tired people don't stop caring. They stop noticing. When you're running on survival, your eyes adjust. They filter. They find only what's necessary and let everything else blur into the background. Wake up, work. Come home. Sleep. Repeat. Everything outside that rhythm becomes noise. The cup on the table, the book out of place, the small, ordinary details of a life being lived, all of it fading quietly into the periphery while you focus on simply getting through. But this morning felt different. She picked up the cup, carried it to the kitchen, walked back, straightened the blanket with both hands, smoothing it the way you smooth something you actually care about. Moved the book back into place on the shelf. Small movements, small moments, nothing anyone would notice, nothing that would make a difference to anyone but her. And yet something felt strange about it. Strange in a good way. The way something feels when it's been absent long enough that its return catches you off guard. She wasn't cleaning. That wasn't quite the right word for what she was doing. She was paying attention to the cup, to the blanket, to the book and the shelf and the room and the morning light still moving gently across all of it, to the space around her, to herself standing inside it. For a long time, everything had felt temporary, like she was only passing through her own days, present enough to function but not quite landed, not quite home. But this morning, in this room, with the music playing softly and the light doing what it does, she felt it. She was finally inside her own life again. Elena looked around once more, then smiled quietly to herself, the way you smile when something returns that you had stopped expecting. Because sometimes life doesn't come back all at once. Sometimes it returns one small thing at a time.